If you've ordered and received a custom hydraulic form die kit made by Hornady, it's going to come in a box like this, and what you're going to get with that is your hydraulic form die, your die rod, and then a special shell holder that is solid on the bottom. You're also going to get a 3/32 Allen key with that as well. As with any brand new die, they're treated with a rust inhibitor, so we're going to want to clean that out. Now I like to use a Q-tip and the Hornady one-shot gun cleaner and lube. I'll spray that in there and make sure that we have a clean and dry die before we start the process. Now if you're using brand new cases, we want you to save some spent primers because we actually need to insert those spent primers into the brand new cases. If you're using fired cases, go ahead and leave the spent primers in there. Don't decap them, and then you can move on to the next step. But for right now, we're going to get spent primers put in these brand new cases. Now that we've got our spent primers inserted into our brand new cases, I can take out the standard shell holder and the priming arm from the press, replace it with the custom shell holder, and then I'm going to take the die body itself. I'm going to screw that into the press while the ram is at the top of its stroke. I'm going to screw this in until I feel resistance. There it is right there. And we'll tighten the lock ring and then tighten the set screw on the lock ring with the 3/32 Allen head wrench. I'm actually going to take a little bit of our one-shot aerosol spray lube, and I'll just hit the cases from both sides with this aerosol spray. We'll wait for the propellants to flash off, and what this is going to do is it's going to limit the possibility of these cases sticking into the die. Now I can take one of our brand new cases that has the spent primer inserted so as to not leak water. Now I have the water in a nice little tube, but you want to find a way to get the water inside of the case without making too much of a mess. I'm just going to insert water in here until it reaches the top. Right, there we go. Now I'm going to insert this into our custom shell holder. I'm going to raise the ram to the top of the stroke, insert the die rod. Now this is a 3-pound dead blow hammer. You want to have something very, very heavy. This takes quite a bit of pressure to form cases like this, and I've found that a 3-pound dead blow hammer works extremely well. Now another little trick is you can actually take a rag and drape it around the side of the die rod. Now that'll give you a little bit of support, and then it'll also keep water from splashing out of the top of the die. Once we have resistance on the die rod, we're going to give it 3 sharp blows. Just like that there. We'll take the die rod out of the top of the press, lower the ram, and expose our hydraulically formed case. Now this isn't as sharp as a fire formed case is going to be, but it's about 90 to 95% of what a fire formed case will be, and you can actually use your improved charge weight that you found or determined to be safe in your firearm. Now we'll go ahead and set this off to the side after we remove the water from it. And then once we get all the water out of it, I'm simply going to set this into the reloading tray upside down for it to dry naturally, or you can grab the Hornady cases and parts dryer and dry it that way if you like, but we want to have dry cases when we start our reloading process. Once I've finished hydraulically forming all of these cases, I'm going to thoroughly dry the die and give it a shot of one-shot as a rust inhibitor. Once I've got that taken care of, I'm going to move over to the reloading bench and get these cases loaded and ready for the range.